Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So today I want to spend some time and talk about the recent Moistcritikal drama. Now it's funny because only a few days ago we covered some drama Charlie was involved in, which was his very controversial tweet where he said, Mr. Beast doing charitable acts is a good thing actually, and of course, Twitter users being as miserable as they are, they were offended by that. But I have to talk about some recent drama he's been involved in because it's been living rent-free in my head. I'll be honest, it's been living rent-free. Like it's captivated me, okay? I can't look away from what's happening. And this is drama and beef involving Charlie and this person named Sneako. Now I say beef in air quotes because it's a situation that content creators like me who have been around long enough, we can relate to this sort of situation where you have one deranged individual who is attacking you for no reason, without provocation, for months on end, poking you, trying to get your attention. In this case, Sneako attacking Charlie, including insulting his girlfriend and his relationship, to the point where finally you just snap and you make your one and only response where you whip them, right? And the problem is, like when Charlie made his video 3 months ago about Sneako, documenting all of the embarrassing stuff this guy has done, which we'll look at soon enough, it really just serves as validation to these people. And it's unfortunate. They can attack you 100 times and you respond once, and that's all they need in terms of validation. They turn their personal 9/11 into their entire personality for the next couple of months, and that's exactly what Sneako did after Charlie made his video about him. He kept talking about him and bad-mouthing him over the last couple of months, leading up into this tweet from the other day. Sneako basically posted his board of bullies, all the people that have whipped him into shape over the past couple of years, and he uses his only insult that he knows and is basically saying that they're a bunch of soy boys, right? And of course, you can see Charlie down here included in this list. Now, this would be a massive, terrible mistake. This might be the most ratioed tweet in Twitter history. I'm going to need a fact check on that one, but I'm pretty sure it is. And so at this point, you're asking yourself, okay, Rev, who is this Sneako guy? What is going on here? Well, you can look up the fine details for yourself about this guy, but very quickly, he is essentially like an Andrew Tate clone, except he's so dumb, he makes Andrew Tate look like a rocket scientist. It's profound. He is, very obviously, Sneako is a grifter, okay? He will say and do anything for attention and to get validation from people and gain fame, whatever he has to do, right? But he's also mind-numbingly stupid, okay? He is infamous for having a documented IQ in the double digits, okay? He is like the perfect storm of grift and dumbassery where it just creates this amalgamation of this like perfect social media anime villain of the dumbest grifting you'll ever see, right? It's actually crazy. But all those things aside, there's really two events that define this man's life. There's two key events in the Sneako cinematic universe that we need to pay attention to, okay? And if I had these two things defining my entire reputation that would follow me forever, I would swan dive out this window. Like, I cannot believe any person would want to stay on social media when they're known for these sorts of things. So the first one is a video that Sneako uploaded a few years ago, where you can read it. He says Cuties is his new favorite film.
I saw Cuties last night and it was pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. I went in ready to hate like everybody else. I saw the cover and I got clickbaited. So did you. You got clickbaited. It's not an unrealistic film. Like, yes, it shows children in a sexual way, but this is not unusual now. And the people who are really mad about this aren't Gen Z. I like this movie because it's extremely provocative, but it's realistic.
Now, for those who are lucky enough to have never have heard of Cuties, I am very envious of you, but for those who don't know or need a reminder, Cuties was a Netflix film filmed in France, and it is a film that focuses on middle school age girls in a twerking competition. And when I say middle-aged girls, I don't mean anime characters, cartoons, I mean real life girls. And this is a live action film, and it is highly sexualized. Not only the outfits they wear, but the fact that it's a twerking competition. It's all sexual content. And hot take from me, and I think this is one that most people can agree on, and it's one that Charlie believes. That content is sexually exploiting children. Whether there's a point to the film or not, it doesn't come out that way. At the end of the day, they sexualized children in that film. It is gross. It is CP by all standards. They took child actors as young as 12 years old and put them in sexual situations. There is no defending Cuties, let alone praising it like this maniac did. So he has been known as the Cuties defender, and honestly, I hope that never leaves his record. I hope he's reminded of this every second that is possible, because yikes, dude. It's gross. This man is praising a film that is sexually exploiting children, and he describes it as, well, it's a different generation. That's the whole point of the film. It's showing a different Gen Z. It's more normalized to sexualize kids, so that's why it's a good film. Are you trying to say that that the normalization of sexualizing children is a good thing? That's pretty yikes, man. And he goes on to say, like, it's clickbait, right? The whole film is it's clickbait. CP is not clickbait, dude. CP is not clickbait. Like, I'm shaking you. It's just terrible. Right? You don't have to go too deep into defending and admiring Cuties to know that someone who does that is a maniac. But there's one other thing that Sneako is known for, and it somehow gets worse. It's the fact that he is an unapologetic cuck. Now, I don't mean that as like a low-grade insult. I mean it as a matter of fact, okay? He has done these things, okay? He enjoys this sort of thing. He has admitted to it time and time again. He has watched his girlfriend get plowed by other men, and he has looked into her eyes while it's happening.
Because this was, imagine seeing the girl you love, like,
get fucked.
You
love her?
Yeah, I do. I love it. Yeah, I love her. I was about to say I love this bitch. I'm like, no, let me not say that. I love my wifey, my queen.
And you allowed the love of your life to get fucked by another man.
What happened to the other agreement?
I'm crazy.
The first time, as soon as I saw it, like 3 pumps in, I just got up and walked out. I'm just like, I can't do that. Like, feeling traumatic thoughts, like seeing her with another person. It's a lot. But I think it's something everybody should do just to test. I know.
It's exactly what it is. And you know what? If you're proud about being a cuck, whatever, man, more power to you, I guess. Like, what else can you say? But the difference is, in this situation with Charlie, he was attacking Charlie's girlfriend and their relationship. Meanwhile, this guy is pretending like he's the guru of healthy relationships. Meanwhile, he's just a cuck. That's all there is to it. And eventually, Charlie responds once again. He sees this soy boy board and makes this tweet that is just absolutely devastating. It says, "Holy shit, you pathetic, sensitive soy little worm. I made fun of you for watching your girlfriend getting effed by numerous other men and also insulted you for defending CP. That's not cancellation. That's just spitting on you for being a pitiful, sad cuck." Now check this out. 365,000 likes. If that happened to me, maybe I'm different. I think I would retire from social media and just go live out in the forest or something. Like, that would be it for me. That is the hardest humiliation I can imagine on such a grand scale, right? And the cancellation mention, basically, Sneako is one of those people who has like this invisible boogeyman in his mind where he's like, I'm being canceled. Oh, this bad thing's happening to me. Oh, I'm being canceled. All these soy boys canceling me. Oh, they're attacking me for defending Cuties. Oh, these soy boys, they're trying to cancel me. No, dude, people aren't like canceling you. They're pointing out that you are a literal cuck and you defend the movie Cuties. That's all there is to it. It doesn't go any deeper than that. And this whole statement would be included, and it would be kind of the prequel to the main event, which would be Charlie's video that he uploaded in response to all this stuff. And honestly, I really just want to take a look at a few clips out of it because, like I said, it's living rent-free in my head right now. So for brief context, this was an ongoing situation the other day where there was a back and forth between Sneako and his stream and Charlie and his stream, which Charlie was on Twitch and Sneako is on whatever alternative platform he's on, and that plays a bit of a role and importance into this whole thing, and you'll see. Charlie will explain.
The day after I posted my response, he went on stream and had a huge unhinged tantrum and meltdown about the whole thing, and then he sent some of his viewers over. So I was joking with them, saying like, oh, you guys must have just stopped the Cuties watch party over there at Sneako's stream, right? Welcome, cucks, that kind of shit. And it got really under his skin in a big way, so he started dancing around with a gun and threatening to come shoot me. So he kept saying, oh, you're in Tampa, right? I'll come see you, waving his gun around and dancing.
Yeah, number one, like, this is just a life lesson, especially for non-Americans. At the end of the day, Charlie is a Florida man, okay? That is in the South. You don't mess with Florida men, okay? Especially with guns. Everyone in the South has a gun. That's just a mistake, okay? It's no surprise this is going to end poorly, so don't threaten someone. In general, I'd say it's probably not a good thing to threaten people with guns, but especially someone who might have a very high chance of owning one in return. And, yeah, let's just listen to Sneako's words of wisdom here.
Watch my clips. Watch my clips. Watch my clips. You want me to watch your clips? Watch my clips. These are the only clips I'm watching. You were?
Now, the reason he keeps saying watch my clips while threatening me here is because during the stream I couldn't watch him live because he just kept shouting slurs. So I said watch my clips to see what I was saying about you. I had to communicate via Twitch clips.
Yeah, like I said, he's on an alternative platform where you can just kind of say and do whatever you want. And as based as that might sound, there's a reason why platforms like that are never successful, because they can't get advertisers. There has to be some level of moderation with these things. As much as I am a free speech advocate, having streamers playing porn and screaming slurs all the time is not a very good look when you're trying to promote your platform. And also in this case, it's being used as a tactic to try to prevent Charlie from having a real response. So he has to look at the clips because he knows he can't watch this stuff on Twitch without getting in trouble just for simply watching someone say slurs. So it's a very calculated move. He really fired up all of his 2 remaining brain cells to come up with that one.
And I'm sorry to be that guy. This is like the grammar police of guns. But he's a fucking imbecile. You absolute buffoon. What you have there is not clips. These are mags. They're mags, not clips, you absolute fucking dummy. The same way that this is also a mag. They're all mags. Stop saying clips, you look fucking stupid here.
That clip, I woke up to that clip on Twitter. It was the first thing I saw in the morning, and I felt like I was in a fever dream. It was a very strange thing to see Charlie pulling out guns in a video with no context, by the way. I had no context at that point. So I'm just like, what is going on here? What could possibly be the context? Well, it was an epic burn is what it was. I can't think of anything that is more fitting for this situation. For Sneako to be waving around a tiny little pistol and Charlie to be pulling out a rifle. I think that's a metaphor on multiple levels that explains a whole lot. But yeah, it just goes to the goofery of this whole situation. But there's one more clip I want to look at. So one of Sneako's responses to being humiliated once again, probably to his own pleasure, knowing his tastes and preferences. But one of the things that Sneako has said is, well, okay, Charlie, fight me. Come on, fight me. Which, to be fair, okay, like watching YouTubers and content creators fight, every single human being wants to see a fight between content creators, right? It's just human nature to want to see that sort of thing happen. But he makes a very good point about what role having a fight would play in a situation like this.
So, as you can see, the people he's confident in fighting are ones that he feels confident he'd win against. I'm 5'6". I think he's 6'1". So the height advantage he feels very confident with. And he has every reason to. He would probably beat me in a fight. But like I said, that doesn't change anything. Everything I've said is still true. You are a cuck, self-admitted, and you have defended Cuties publicly, which, by more than just me, by many, is considered child porn. You're pathetic. Beating me in a fight doesn't change any of those facts.
Yeah, it doesn't. You could beat up our short king over here, but what does that change? Does that unbang your girlfriend? Does it uncuck you? Does it remove all of your avid defense, your reputation as being the guy who loves the movie Cuties? It doesn't change any of those things. Now you just beat someone up. That is a common life lesson anyone can learn. When you're trying to have an actual debate or argument with someone and they immediately resort to either trying to fist fight you or throwing petty insults at you, you know they got nothing good to say and they're probably not worth your time. That's a pretty universal lesson.
I've also been super vocal about how I don't want to fight. Like, I'm not afraid to say, like, I don't want to get hit in the head, right? Like, I'm afraid of taking headshots. It's probably a super normal fear to have, so...
Yeah, again, that's not exactly the... They might view that as like, oh, soy boy doesn't want to fight. Dude, nobody wants to fight, including Sneako, by the way. There's plenty of clips of Sneako shying away from other fights where it would have been much more of a fair matchup. And honestly, yeah, he might be 6'1" as well, but he doesn't look very intimidating. Okay, did you see that Irish jig he was doing? He's not very intimidating, okay? And even with swinging a pistol around, okay? And really, it's a fair thing. Who wants to fight? Like, only a complete loser is waking up in the morning and trying to find ways to get into physical altercations with people over the internet. So like I said, this hasn't stopped Sneako from continuing to shout into the void on Twitter and on stream, and it's being largely ignored. But there's one clip I want to play, just showing the complete lack of self-awareness of Sneako. He's on the phone in this conversation. You can hear him. He's the one talking. And let's just hear what he has to say about Charlie's video.
Does anyone in the chat think that he would say any of this face-to-face, one-on-one? If I'm looking at Moistcritikal, who looks like a fentanyl homeless dude, who looks like he stands at a playground looking at, bro, he looks like he's homeless. Look at him. If he's calling me a pedophile, look at me and look at him. Who's more likely to be on a watch list? Who's more likely to shoot up the school?
Yeah, accusing him of being more likely to shoot up a school as this guy's dancing around doing folk dance while holding a pistol and threatening to shoot people. Yeah, but the guy responding to it is more likely to be the school shooter. Also, the irony of saying that he is likely to be on a watch list. Out of the two people involved in this situation, the only person who's likely to end up on a watch list is the guy who got famous for defending a CP movie. But that just goes to show you how ridiculous all these people are. They're clowns. And that's why I make videos like this, because I like to point and laugh at the clowns. It's fun. You're not giving them as much attention. This doesn't do anything for people like that. It's just adding on to the circus that is currently laughing at these ridiculous individuals. But yeah, this whole thing has been quite an experience. I am all for it. And I think it's over. Whether that makes you sad or not, who knows? But that's going to do it for this video as well. So please let me know all of your thoughts about this situation in the comments section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.